have a distinguished guest here, and I'm joining her for the conversation here. And I'm really honored, Dr. Sapna. And the topic what we are discussing is actually very critical, because in this fast-paced world and this competitive world, mental health has become so critical. The time has been changing, the environment is changing, right? And we really don't know what exactly will be there in the future, what skills you require in the future, because everything is so fast-paced and competitive. But one thing that is for sure, and no doubt will be needed in the future, is resilience, right? So, to start with the conversation, I want to ask, what is resilience? What is emotional resilience, and why it is so important?
A very common phenomenon that most of us observe. सबको बहुत कुछ करने की इच्छा होती है, सबको बहुत कुछ अचीव करने की इच्छा होती है. Everyone wants almost everything. कितने लोग स्टार्ट कर पाते हैं? Just let's give it 2 minutes for people to settle down. There's some space in the front, you can come here also. We have space in the front, please come here. There are chairs in the front. This way. Okay, I think we can go ahead now.
Yeah.
So मैं एक बात कह रही थी कि हमको हर किसी को बहुत कुछ चाहिए होता है, बहुत कुछ अचीव करना होता है. Almost everything. Two things are there: how many people actually start with it, and second thing is how many people actually continue to reach wherever they wanted to reach. That's the basic difference I feel that is there between success and not being successful. और ये जो है ना, ये जो फर्क है, ये आपको कुछ ऐसा चाहिए आपके अंदर जिससे आप कंटिन्यू करें. It's not about excellence. It's not about कि आप उस चीज में एक्सपर्ट होना चाहिए. आप जो चाहते हैं उसको शुरू करें, और शुरू करने के बाद जिस डायरेक्शन में जाना चाहते हैं जाते रहे. वो जो फैक्टर है, that according to me is the resilience. प्रॉब्लम्स आएंगे, इश्यूज आएंगे, नॉट जस्ट एक्सटर्नल प्रॉब्लम्स आएंगे, आपके अपने मेंटल इश्यूज बहुत सारे होते हैं. आप अपने ऊपर जितना रेस्ट्रिक्शन डालते हो उतना शायद ही दुनिया आपके ऊपर डालती है. बट ऑल थ्रू दैट, अगर आप कंटिन्यू करते हो इन योर पाथ, दैट इज व्हाट इज रेजिलियंस.
So you need to say, like, we spend more time thinking, सोचने में ज़्यादा टाइम निकालते हैं, इसलिए ओवरथिंकिंग बहुत ज़्यादा करते हैं कि हमें करना है. लाइक जैसे किसी को बॉडी बनाना है, मैं मंडे से जिम जाऊंगा, मैं मंडे से जाऊंगा, लेकिन मंडे कभी आता ही नहीं है. So it's like you need to say, you need to start and then you need to continue to actually achieve your goals, right? लेकिन ये जो इंटरनेट की एज है हमारी, इससे अंदर इतने, जैसे अभी 21st century से सबका ओपन माइंड, सब बहुत ओपनली सोचते हैं, बट बिकॉज ऑफ दिस इंटरनेट मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि देयर इज मोर जजमेंट, देयर इज मोर कंपैरिजन, देयर इज मोर like stress, and because of body shaming or maybe show off that somebody is traveling. Their real life is different and real life is so different. So when people see real life, they go get stressed or more anxious. उसकी life में ऐसा क्या है जो मैं नहीं कर पाता? And most youngsters are going through all this, body shaming, or maybe skin color, or maybe travel, or maybe money, or maybe clothes, or maybe show off, whatever. So, how you gonna why this is happening?
See, the basic factor is मैं थोड़ा पुराने ज़माने का और आज के ज़माने का कंपेयर करना चाहूँगी. In the olden days, because we did not have access to the media so much, हमको उन लोगों की दुनिया पता नहीं होती, लोगों की जिंदगी पता नहीं होती. हर एक व्यक्ति अपने हिसाब से अपनी दुनिया में अपनी स्पीड से चलते रहता है. So it was quite comfortable doing that. Now what happens is, when I, for example, scrolling Instagram में जिनके रील्स बहुत पॉपुलर हुए हैं वही हमको स्क्रोलिंग में दिखते हैं. जिन्होंने अभी डाला है, अभी स्टार्ट किया है, अकाउंट उनके रील्स देखते नहीं है. So what we see is only the successful people in every field, and that is the problem. हमको लगता है कि आज अगर मैं इंस्टाग्राम अकाउंट शुरू करती हूँ तो this is what I get, because I have not seen anything else before that, and that is the biggest problem that we are facing in this generation. हमको लगता है which is called as instant gratification. आज मैंने कोई भी चीज चाहिए है, मुझे कल मिल जानी चाहिए. मैंने आज अगर गिटार का क्लास लगाया है तो मुझे हफ्ते भर के अंदर छूकर मेरे मन को बजाने आना चाहिए, और अगर हफ्ते भर में नहीं आए तो आई विल नॉट गो टू द क्लास अगेन द नेक्स्ट डे.
instant results,
instant result, instant gratification. और इसीलिए मुझे लगता है हर किसी के पास में एबिलिटी अपॉर्चुनिटी होने के बाद भी we don't reach to that point where we can reach.
So I like जो real life or real life, according to a research, in fact, I just came to a research where they have like research about the real life and real life. So most of the influencers, what they show on reels or whatever videos, are totally different in their real life. In fact, बहुत सारे वेब सीरीज भी आ रहे हैं उसमें कि influencers के ऊपर जो कि real life और real life को बताया गया है. So I think so youngsters should understand that real life is different and real life is different. Bollywood movies are different and our lifestyle is totally different. तो हमें शाहरुख, करीना या कोई influencer से हमारी लाइफ कंपेयर करके हमें anxious और depressed नहीं होना चाहिए.
Actually, so अभी मेरे ख्याल से जिन लोगों को ये समझ में आने लगा है, ऐसे इन्फ्लुएंसर्स हैं जो ऐसे भी वीडियोस और रील्स बना रहे हैं जो आपको असलियत दिखा रहे हैं. अभी मैंने एक रील देखा था and he was showing कि आजकल ट्रैवलिंग वाला दिखाते हैं कि बड़ा आसान है, आप सोलो ट्रैवल कर लो, आप अकेले निकल जाओ और बड़ी सुंदर सुंदर वादियां, सब जगह बहुत सुंदर सब कुछ होता है. एक्चुअली इट्स नॉट सो. उसने मेरे ख्याल से कहाँ कनाडा का कहीं का वीडियो दिखाया था. सबने कहा इसलिए मैं यहाँ पर आ गया, यहाँ पे सिर्फ खाली पहाड़ है, इधर ग्रीनरी भी नहीं है पहाड़. सो जो हमको दिखाया जाता है वो हाइप किया जाता है because everything is for selling basically. ऐसा नहीं है हर कोई हाइप करता है, there is a lot of hype there, but when you are young, you want instant results. हमको बहुत कुछ जल्दी सब कुछ चाहिए और ऐसा लगता है कि बस मैं घर छोड़ के निकल जाता हूँ, my life is going to be fantastic. And ये जो हो रहा है ना, रील्स पे हम देख रहे हैं, वीडियोस पे हम देख रहे हैं, अब काफी सारे लोग इस बारे में अवेयर होने लगे. They are starting creating the reality check videos. But the problem is that as a counselor, I come across students, parents है जो कहते हैं कि ये कहता है कि मुझे पढ़ना नहीं है, पढ़ के क्या होना है, मुझे इन्फ्लुएंसर बनना है. इन्फ्लुएंसर बनने वाले पहले सबको बिल गेट्स बनना होता था. उसने तो पढ़ाई नहीं की, फिर भी इज अ मल्टीमिलियनेयर टाइप. नाउ एवरीवन वांट्स टू बिकम एन इन्फ्लुएंसर बिकॉज़ इट जस्ट लुक्स लाइक दैट. आपको बहुत एड्स मिलते हैं और आप बहुत पैसा कमाते हैं. उस एज में अगर आपको पेरेंट्स सच्चाई दिखाते हैं तो यू डोंट लाइक इट एट ऑल. पेरेंट्स ने कुछ भी बोला हो उस एज में पसंद नहीं आता. सो इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज द रियलिटी, डिफिकल्ट टू सी व्हाट इज द रियलिटी. बट कहीं ना कहीं मुझे लगता है कि अगर हम इन्फ्लुएंसर्स हैं कोई भी, तो इट्स आवर रिस्पांसिबिलिटी टू इन्फ्लुएंस द अदर वे आल्सो.
As internet is so very important in our life, or after COVID, so I think so बच्चा भी अब internet है because everything is online, most of the things are online. लेकिन मैंने वो online एक information का इतना ज़्यादा influx है कि हम लोग अगर 100 videos देखते हैं उसमें से we don't know, I think so 90 videos are just gaps. Right? Only 10 videos just are researched or properly being researched and made. तो बहुत सी बार गलत वीडियो देख के बहुत सारे आजकल प्रॉब्लम्स आ रहे हैं. So how do you advise कि हम लोग इसको filter कैसे करें? How do we filter to actually keep our mental health on a bay?
इसमें दो चीजें. एक तो जो आपने देखी सारे वीडियोस जो है वो सही नहीं होते, but bigger than that, what is happening is our mind is getting scattered. क्योंकि इतने अगर आप 5 मिनट स्क्रॉल करोगे उसमें आपको 50 अलग टॉपिक के वीडियोस दिख जाएंगे. And when you are seeing like 1 minute you are seeing how instant house is made, another minute you are seeing that how a dance reel is made, another minute you are seeing something else. We are losing our concentrating power. We are not able to stick to anything. मैंने देखा हुआ है कि I think I'm quite a conscious user, but still, lot of times I observe what happens is I see a particular video. Okay, ये वीडियो है कि किस तरह से आपके चैनल को फेमस बनाया जा सकता है. So technically I'm trying to understand it. Okay, अब वो देखकर तुरंत उसको अप्लाई करने की बजाय मैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो पे जाता. Then I go to the next, and by the time I finish after 2 hours, I don't remember any of it. So practically I'm not putting anything into use, though many of them were useful.
Mindless scrolling.
Absolutely mindless scrolling. And that I'm telling you again, after being conscious as I am, उसके बावजूद ये हो जाता है because it's very interesting.
And very addictive.
Very addictive, very interesting. So वो ये है ना कहते थे नजर हटी दुर्घटना घटी. If you are not aware what you are doing, आपके 2 घंटे आगे कहाँ चले जाएंगे आपको पता नहीं चलेगा. And that's affecting the concentration power. That's affecting the retaining power. आपको क्या याद रखना है? स्कूल में हमसे repetition करवाया जाता था, if you remember, you know, because repetition makes a lot of sense. बचपन में जब आपको कुछ नहीं समझता था, आज भी हमको ABCD इसलिए याद है क्योंकि कितने बार रिपीट करवाई गई थी. Now we are not focusing on anything for more than say what 90 seconds max. And so our memory power is we are losing, our retention power we are losing, concentration we are losing, and इतनी जगह brain distract होने की वजह से the brain is feeling overwhelmed, it is feeling confused. Really the brain has started feeling confused. फिर जब हम कुछ concentrated activity करने की भी कोशिश करें ना, we are not able to do it. फिर डर लग जाता है. मान के चलिए आप पढ़ने बैठे या फिर राइट and you start writing, you're not able to. Because mind is just like swish. फिर क्या करते हैं जब हम वो confusion state में पहुंचते हैं, फिर बंद करके scroll कर रहे हैं. It's kind of a vicious cycle.
According to you, कैसे हमें divide करना चाहिए कि how much internet use is positive for us and how much, as in how we should actually timeline it or maybe consciously, as you said, you use internet. So how do you actually get that awareness or consciousness? Or actually, if you could just give some suggestions so that they can also use, ये भी use कर सकते हैं that internet को कैसे consciously use करना है.
See, मुझे लगता है कि always on internet connectivity is the biggest culprit. हम फोन उठाते हैं कुछ करने के लिए, दिख कुछ जाता है, करने कुछ और लगते हैं. That's because internet is on and available all the time. Recently, this is what I've started realizing that if I keep my Wi-Fi off, if I keep my mobile data off and put it on only when I need to scroll the Instagram. भले इंटरनेट कनेक्टेड, मैं ये नहीं कहती आप 24 घंटा काम करिए, बट एंटरटेनमेंट टाइम आपका जब है तब आप इंटरनेट ऑन करिए और उसको अगर देखिए, so there is a possibility of our controlling. Otherwise, let me tell you what is happening on internet is quite a researched thing. आपसे हमसे बहुत स्मार्ट लोग वहाँ बैठे हुए हैं how to make you addicted to everything because that's how their world works. So if we do not become smarter than them, it's really a doom that we are moving towards. So this not making Wi-Fi available at home, like if you have young children, Wi-Fi होना ही नहीं चाहिए. Because with Wi-Fi फिर तो कोई भी डिवाइस को हाथ लगाने वो शुरू हो जाता है हम खुद. Not right for the children, it's happening for us also. So this is one thing which I strongly suggest that if we can try to keep the mobile data off as much as possible.
There are a few apps also nowadays like Internet Tracker, which tracks your internet activity. आपने कितने देर Instagram use किया है, कितने देर Facebook use किया है, and then you can set an alarm in that. So जब Zen mode का alarm होता है, तो obviously as in automatically your internet stops or either your phone automatically offs the internet, whatever the Wi-Fi or the network. So that is also one of the very good apps you can आप download कर सकते हैं जिससे आपका internet usage का आपको tracking भी मिल जाएगा plus automatically आपका internet बंद हो जाएगा तो you know that now I'm in the Zen mode. So that is how you can track.
मुझे तो ये भी लगता है कि we should get phones. See, if we buy the absolute basic model, there is no access to it. But we need certain things. Now, like WhatsApp is a need. Now it's a necessity. It's not a luxury anymore. तो एक basic phone with WhatsApp only, जहाँ पे कुछ और नहीं चलेगा. So we are connected. But for other things, like we have to go out of our way, या तो आप computer start करें. You know, you should have access to something else. I don't know, maybe something like this can help us.
Yeah, as in जैसे हम उपवास करते हैं, fasting करते हैं for our physical health. why not have a mental detox and have mental fasting?
प्रॉब्लम में फास्ट में ज्यादा खाते हैं
That's the other way around. So mental detox करके mental fasting करके एक दिन आप अपना मोबाइल बंद रखिए, दिन में 4 घंटे.
I have recently met a few people who are doing that. Mental detox. You do?
I do internet fasting.
Yeah.
I do internet detox.
अभी करना पड़ेगा because our brain is getting so scattered. It is really fearful. I mean, I am telling you from the place of a counselor who's also gone through this, and now that अभी घर में बच्चे नहीं हैं, I have no compulsion. You know, I have all my time is my time, free time, so I can easily justify. मैं ठीक है, I'm scrolling, I'm doing anything. But what is it doing to my brain? When I'm in the scrolling phase, मेरा writing, thinking stops because फिर क्या होता है कि अगर मुझे कुछ राइटिंग करना है तो मैं फिर इंटरनेट पे जाके आइडिया ढूंढूं. That's a dangerous thing. Because earlier, before internet, I was using my own brain. Come on, I published 2 books without using the internet. I can still do it if I can, bring up the entire capacity of my brain.
I have young clients like who come for counseling. So when I tell them, go for a mental detox, off your phone for 1 day, they start shivering. They get that fever, कि कहीं हम कैसे कर पाएंगे बिना मोबाइल के. If you also sometimes, most of the people they think, that I have to off my mobile for 1 day, they'll start getting shivers. Goosebumps, कहते नहीं हो पाएगा. एक दिन मोबाइल के बिना हम कैसे रह पाएंगे? So can you just give some suggestions how it can be slowly, gradually you can start with the mental detox?
Yeah, so I get a lot of young clients and I never tell them phone must use. I don't do that because that's not a practical solution. But what I suggest is if you have some concrete activity, suppose if you have to study, I'll just say that put the phone on silent and absolute silent and keep it in an envelope. Lock it and keep it in an envelope. Because even that thing is distracting. Right? So just put it on silent and give yourself that hour that I'll study for an hour and I'll take 15 minutes of phone break. Or I'll study for 2 hours and take half hour of phone break. So if you can set something like this for yourself, you don't need anyone else to monitor or make you feel bad. If you can yourself do that, you will have the best of both the worlds. You can use the phone as much as you can, and you can actually get a good result out of the 2 hour, 1.5 hour you're putting into any sort of concrete activity.
Like when we talk about resilience, sometimes the topic. So internet के कारण हमारा resilience बहुत कम होते जा रहा है. Like the capacity to bounce back. अगर हम कुछ problem होता है, overthink करते हैं, depression होता है, या कोई life में हमारे anxieties issue आते हैं, तो जो हमारा resilience capacity वो internet के कारण कम होते जा रहा है या it is increasing? What exactly is the take of yours on that?
इसमें बहुत सारा percentage हमारी personality पर है. Because इसी एज में बहुत सारे लोग अचीव भी कर रहे हैं. हम ऐसा नहीं कह सकते that everybody is suffering. So using the same tools, same things available, some people are really progressing very well. So it is actually depending upon your personality also. So I won't blame the internet 100%. But I also feel that these people are more disciplined. They have their own pattern. इतना करना ही है. They have that zeal, that fire. I have to achieve this by the end of this day. I get this some days, some days I feel that आज तो रील बनानी है तो फिर एक दिन में I record 10 reels, So that kind of a thing. So discipline, self-discipline अगर आप पाते हो तो यही सारी चीज ऐसे ही रहे, you can still make the most of it. And so eventually it is the self.
Right. So according to me, when I go for trainings and all, so what I have found is that to youngsters and maybe most of the people, they lack one thing in life, that is making a goal, what exactly they are wanting in life. And just because of that, they're just running around and they don't know कि हम जा कहाँ रह रहे हैं, हो क्या रहा है हमारे साथ. And most of the time हम लोग काफी लोग हैं यहाँ पर जो पूछते हैं भगवान मेरे साथ ही ऐसा क्यों हुआ, why me, right? Because I think so it is the goal which is being missing in everyone's life कि उनको पता ही नहीं उनको जाना कहाँ है. And that is why all this problem of being mentally ill or maybe physical also, they're confused. Their parents, they're overthinking. The resilience is not there. मेरे साथ ही ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है? So how?
yeah, इसमें भी ना बहुत सारी चीजें एक साथ ऐड करती है, so especially to the parents over here. एक बात अगर आप लोग नोटिस करोगे, किसी ने हमको बचपन से ये नहीं पूछा तुम कौन है? Sit down and think and answer this question, who are you? Or what do you want? Because you know, as adults, we are not comfortable anyone thinking. सब लोग अपना दिमाग लगाने लगे तो we are not comfortable. Especially अगर बच्चे दिमाग लगाने लगे तो parents are the most uncomfortable people. वो चाहते हैं कि भाई जब हम उठाए तब उठ जाओ, जब स्कूल भेजे तो चले जाओ, वो पढ़ाई करो और मार्क्स लाओ और हमको तकलीफ मत दो. And a thinking child is a problem for the parents. If the child starts asking questions, why are you sending me to school? हो गया फिर, right? So we don't want anyone to think. We don't want anyone to ask. And see, our education system on the whole does not give us any opportunity for anything. Absolutely. When we were growing up, you know, इतनी सी किताबें होती थी हर सब्जेक्ट की, इतनी पतली किताबें होती थी हर सब्जेक्ट की, वो फटाफट खत्म भी हो जाता था. Summer is like March, you would have your final exams. सब दुनिया भूल जाओ, 2 महीने सिर्फ मस्ती करो. Right? Now they have this much sized books. And they have 3 books for each subject. And summer में एग्जाम होती है अप्रैल में, उसके बाद में आपका तुरंत नेक्स्ट ईयर स्टार्ट कर दिया जाता है. उसकी 1 महीना स्कूल होती है, फिर उसका इतना होमवर्क देके आपकी छुट्टियां कराएंगे. So basically they don't want you to think, feel anything. Become robots, behave as it is. We are expecting that the national education policy with the new revision should bring something, but I don't know. It's wonderful, but I don't know when it will be implemented. So for us, it is very, very important to understand. You know, I always say that start sitting quietly for at least 1 hour every day. It is the most important tool you will ever have in your life. कुछ मत करो, कुछ भी मत करो. Just sit quietly for an hour every day. फोन भी अलग रख देना है, हाथ में किताब भी नहीं होनी चाहिए, कॉपी भी नहीं होना चाहिए, कुछ नहीं होना चाहिए. Just start sitting. Because if you are able to achieve that, sit 1 hour. अगर मेडिटेशन करने के लिए आप करके मेडिटेट करने के लिए बोलो, just sit. आप चिड़िया देखो, आप चींटी देखो, आप कुछ भी करो. But if you are able to achieve that, trust me, you will be giving such a big boon to your own self. Because उसमें आप क्या करोगे? आपको सोचना ही पड़ेगा ना. So the human tendency is, देखिए mind जो होता है, human mind, उसकी एक quality है, it is continuously producing thoughts, whether you like it or whether you don't like it. That's its inherent quality. And those thoughts are not always pleasant or good. So we are constantly trying to distract ourselves into something. हम या scroll करने लगेंगे, या किसी को message कर देंगे, या किसी को phone कर देंगे, कुछ नहीं तो किताबें पढ़ेंगे, कुछ करेंगे, because we don't want to be in touch with our own mind. Our mind which is going to ask uncomfortable questions. We don't want it, right? So if we start sitting quietly and start facing our own minds, I think just that one small. And as parents, if you have young children at home, यार मतलब जो सुनते हैं, जो नहीं सुनते तो आप कुछ नहीं कर सकते. अगर ये सुनने वाले एज में हैं, तो 1 घंटा या आधा घंटा उनके लिए तो आधा घंटा भी बहुत हो गया. Let the entire family have a quiet time. ये सब अपने अपने कोने में बैठ के जिसको जो करना है करो.
It's a time of nothingness.
Nothing, absolutely.
Nothingness. मतलब कुछ भी नहीं कर रहे हैं. आप अगर सोच भी रहे हैं तो आप सिर्फ it's like a movie. आप सोच पे भी negative और positive judgment दे रहे हैं. I think so that's very important.
Act नहीं कर सकते because you can't move from there.
Yeah.
Because you can't write down, because you can't message someone, or because किसी का गुस्सा भी आ रहा होगा तो आप कुछ नहीं कर सकते उससे. Because you are supposed to react or act.
अगर उस nothingness को judgmental भी ना हो, अगर आप इसके बारे में सोच रहे हैं तो आप उसको अच्छा सोच रहे हैं, बुरा सोच रहे हैं, nothing. जैसे आप एक मूवी देख रहे हैं, it's just going like a movie.
See, now again only one thing I like to differ here. See, being non-judgmental, तो बहुत बड़े साधु के लेवल की बात है, right? So I generally in my practice don't tell these things to people because it's difficult. I just say just be.
Yeah, just be.
अच्छे विचार हैं, बुरे विचार, enjoy करो.
Don't actually spend your time.
Don't act on it.
Yeah, that's what.
Don't act on it. Just do that.
Right.
और जब वो करने लगोगे ना, उसके बाद when I goal setting that you talk about, you know what do I want in life? हमारे लिए आज ये goal setting होता है सिर्फ पढ़ाई को लेकर. एक बार होता है साल में, एक बार माँ बाप बहुत प्रेशर डालते हैं, पढ़ाई का टाइम टेबल अब बनाओ, तुम्हारा टाइम टेबल आ गया एग्जाम का, that's an absurd one. और कोई जनरली पूछ लेता है हमको, अरे आगे जाके क्या करना है? That's such a stupid question. आगे जाके क्या करना है? Life is very big. But regular activities with the parents can have. Let's all today sit down and decide what we want in the next 1 year. All of us. See, again and again I'm saying, all of us. बच्चों को नहीं आप बोल नहीं सकते हैं. But it will start helping us also. We can just sit down and what do I want to achieve in the next 1 year. Even if I do it, once a year, just imagine how amazing it would be. And then you revise it. And then once you start that activity, the children also get into that habit of doing it again and again.
How about using SWOT analysis, like strength, weakness, opportunity? कि SWOT analysis करके जिसमें आप में क्या कमजोरियां है, आप में क्या strength है, positive.
अगर आप goal set करते हो, तो आगे के question automatically आएंगे. How I can achieve this or why I cannot? Please come here. There's a chair here. Excuse me, आप यहाँ आ जाइए, सामने chair. So everything is connected. First is calming your mind. Second is then thinking about what you want. Then thinking about how we can achieve. It's a stages. You can't do it with that scattered mind.
After COVID, mental health has actually become a very talked about topic. Everyone is talking about mental health. लेकिन आज भी अगर कोई थेरेपिस्ट या साइकोलॉजिस्ट या साइकियाट्रिस्ट के पास जाने के लिए इट्स अ स्टिग्मा. जैसे किसी को बोला जाता है व्हाई डोंट यू कंसल्ट अ थेरेपिस्ट और अ साइकोलॉजिस्ट, ये मैं पागल थोड़ी हूं. सो आई थिंक सो दिस अवेयरनेस दैट गोइंग टू अ साइकोलॉजिस्ट इज नॉट दैट यू आर मैड और यू हैव सम प्रॉब्लम, इट इज जस्ट टू क्लियर योर कंफ्यूजन. उसको उसके बारे में जस्ट थ्रो लाइट ऑन दैट एंड हाउ एग्जैक्टली वी शुड एक्चुअली स्प्रेड अवेयरनेस अबाउट दिस. दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट.
So personally, I think we have come a long way. I mean, when I set up my counseling center about say 22 years back, I think I was the first counselor in the Central India. और तब तो हर कोई यही सवाल पूछता था कि आपके पास कोई क्यों आएगा अपनी जिंदगी के बारे में पूछ रहे हो. So from there we have come a long way. At least it's a household name. Everyone knows there is something like counseling, psychologist, therapy and all. The only thing is that people are still thinking जब सब बहुत खराब हो तभी जाना चाहिए मेडिकल. That's the problem. I mean, why can't we just identify this is the problem? Repeated problem, I'm not able to solve it. Let me get help and move ahead in life. That concept has to come. So इसकी जिंदगी में ना हमको आगे बढ़ना है. कुछ भी problem आपकी किसी व्यक्ति से नहीं बन रही है, आपकी अपने आप से नहीं बन रही है. You are not happy. Simple something like that. If you are not happy and you are not able to be happy on your own, come on यार, take it. What's the big deal? तो ये जो concept है ये हमको सब तक बताना है. Of course, now in this, the social media is helping a lot. Because all the reels and everyone is they're encouraging people to talk about therapy and go to therapy. So that's मुझे सब लगता है कि इंडिया में ये जो concept है कि एकदम कुछ खराब नहीं हो गया है तब काउंसलर के पास जाओ. This has to change. It is for your life and you deserve to live a happy life. And for a simple thing I tell you, हमको लगता है कि अरे ये तो छोटी प्रॉब्लम है ये मैंने सॉल्व करनी चाहिए. It's a very simple thing. If this is me, if I am having problem, I cannot look at myself, right? Someone who's looking from here can look at 360 degree and help me to see the same thing better. It is just that.
आपको एक different perspective मिलता है आपके बारे में because you have your own thought. आपका अपना thought होता है. जब आपको किसी दूसरे का उसके अंदर input मिलता है तो it becomes much easier for you to understand exactly.
Precisely, and I am a counselor for so many years. I go to other people and sit down with them, and I can't see anything what's happening. I have encouraged my children to go to other counselors. Why? Because I'm no mother. Where do they get the perspective? I am judgmental about that. So I have been doing this since years. I have people around me जिनके पास मैं जाके बैठ के बात नहीं समझ में आ रहा. There's nothing to feel bad. If a physician gets an heart attack, he has to go to another cardiologist. He can't just say, "Hey, मैं physician है, मैं कैसे चला जाऊँ?" It doesn't work like that.
So, any suggestions or you would like to give to how to increase resilience or how to actually take care of the mental health जो हम लोग खुद से self healing कर सकते हैं. So, some suggestions that would like to give to our audiences.
Yeah. So, number one is, please understand, आप अपनी खुद की खुशी के लिए जिम्मेदार हो। जब तक ये बात समझ में नहीं आएगी, इंसान की टेंडेंसी होती है we keep on wanting to make some other people responsible for our unhappiness, and we want someone to change something. उसने ऐसा बदलना चाहिए, उसने ऐसा करना चाहिए, ऐसा करना चाहिए। कुछ नहीं तो आजकल पेरेंट्स को ब्लेम करने का बहुत अच्छा सिलसिला निकला है। Everyone and everything is childhood trauma. So you are not responsible for anything. Every time you are unhappy, go and blame your parents. Is it helping you? My only concern is, चलो भले parents गलत है, or someone third person, is that blaming helping you to live a happy life? It's a simple thing. किसी को blame करने से अगर आपकी problem ऐसे vanish हो जाती है, fantastic, जरूर करो. But it doesn't work that way, right? So if it is my problem and I am unhappy, let me find out how I can be happy. Just that. मुझे कुछ अचीव करना है, मुझसे नहीं हो रहा है, and saying कि my parents did not give me this, my school did not give me this. How is it solving your problem is my question at every stage. So parents are also people. We just grow up and have children. We're not trained.
Parents are also learning when they get a kid. They are also learning how to raise a
They
kid.
have no more
That's
life
what they
than
are also learning how to raise a kid.
अरे सोचो आप 24-25 साल पे, you have no clue about your own life, and then you have kids and the kids don't come in values. इसको कैसे चलाना है, इसको कैसे प्रिपेयर करना है, कुछ नहीं पता। So everything is experimental 100%. अच्छा उसमें भी क्या होता है ना कि पेरेंट के तो 2 या 3 बच्चे हो, उनका जो फार्मूला होता है, जो कुछ भी एक बच्चे पे काम कर जाता है दूसरे पे काम नहीं करता। So that child is also different. So this is an entirely living is an experiment. Every day living, there is no formula that can help people because people are very dynamic entities. हमारे अंदर आप सोचिए genetics, environment, my inbuilt personality, influences, और अगर आप कर्मा मानते हो तो वो जो भी इतनी चीजें हर एक इंसान के अंदर, you can never apply a formula to a human being. तो जैसे जैसे भी हम बड़े हुए, मुझे सिर्फ लगता है कि if we have like a sound brain जो काम करता है, हाथ पैर ठीक है, comfortable education ठीक है, we should find ourselves blessed because with this we can do anything. So in retrospect, जो लोग दूसरों को continuous blame करते हैं, they do not find the strength within themselves to do anything. लेकिन हर किसी को success तो चाहिए. How do I overcome my own guilt? Then I start blaming others just to overcome my own guilt. मैंने मेरे जितनी भी like I have lived 54 years on this earth, and what I simple thing I have learned is जिसको जो चाहिए ना वो कैसे भी अचीव करे, जैसे भी अचीव करे। Just think about this कि आप अपने घर जाते हो और आपकी मम्मी बोलती है जरा धनिया ला के दो, या आपकी वाइफ बोलती है हाउ इरिटेटिंग इज दैट, धनिया भरना बाहर, मैं तो इतना थक के आया हूँ, मैंने तो ऐसा किया, ये किया, वो किया, दिस एंड दैट, यू नो टाइम नहीं है मेरे पास, मुझे अभी प्रोजेक्ट सबमिट करना है, एंड देन यू थिंक यू जस्ट रीच होम, बहुत आई मीन यू आर जेन्युइनली टायर्ड, यू जेन्युइनली टायर्ड, आपने बहुत मेहनत की, आप घर पहुंचते हो और उधर से राकेश का फोन आता है, अरे सब लोग बैठे आ रहे हो क्या? How many of you start shouting on Rakesh मैं इतना थक गया? Come on, जो हमको करना है हम किसी भी हालत में करते हैं। हमारे पास ऐसा टाइम है जब हम 2-2 रात कंटिन्यूअसली जगे हैं, क्योंकि हमने दोस्तों के साथ मजे करने। There is nothing wrong in that. But also know that other side is also true. If you are not achieving something, that's because you are not wanting to do 100% what is required for it. No one else is responsible.
So again, we come to the start where we started from. That we need to start. We have to continue that.
You have to start and continue. देखिए difficult है. Okay, I agree. कोई भी चीज को start करना, वहाँ तक लेके जाना, रोज-रोज वही चीज करना, स्कूल तक के आसान था क्योंकि पीछे से डंडा पड़ने के chances थे. जब डंडा हट जाता है ना, life becomes very difficult because then you have to take your own responsibility, and that's a bad thing. That's an absolutely bad thing. I don't know if you guys remember that movie, Amir Khan की movie थी वो, No, उसके पहले वाली. Sorry? No, before that. No, it was जिसमें all of them died. रंग दे बसंती अमेरिका में ना fantastic dialogue. He said university खत्म हो गए 4 साल हो गए बाहर निकलने को डर लगता है. Till the time parents are paying for your education, the only thing you have to do is appear for the exams. Exam के लिए भी किसी का डंडा रहता है तो compulsory हम कर लेते हैं. It's easy. We don't want discipline, but discipline makes our life easy. और जब discipline हट जाता है ना, खुद को पूरी जिम्मेदारी. That's when people start going down. We have so many examples. स्कूल में मेरे कारण बच्चे they remain ordinary life because they are used to that कि कोई पीछे पड़े exam का time table लगे तो I put it different.
Every successful person is actually disciplined about what he wants to achieve.
Discipline.
Without discipline, आपका goal आप कभी achieve ही नहीं कर पाएंगे. Yeah, that's the thing. So one more thing which is actually very I can say people are actually running for it is validation. लोगों को validation चाहिए कि मैंने अच्छा किया है और नहीं मिलता है तो they get depressed or they feel negative. So validation कितना important है life में या it is not required also. And उसको अगर जिसको validation की जरूरत है what advice you should give him or her कि वो validation is not that important. Your validation is more important to yourself.
See, I'll just explain quickly where this comes from. एक बच्चा जब पैदा होता है ना, the child is absolutely blank. It does not have a concept of self. मैं तो ऐसा concept उसका नहीं होता. It just is. Okay. Now, as the child starts growing up, become comfortable with some faces around it. Okay. अब उसके आसपास वाले लोग ना उसको feedback देते हैं. कितना प्यारा बच्चा है. Now, when this is said, my face is happy. And I'm like wanting to be near the child. So, pyara is nice, liked by everyone. I get one word for validation. कितना नालायक है, आपको नहीं सोने देता. Understand this. Now, this is how the child's concept of self develops. Just based on the understanding of people around it. फिर वो थोड़ा और बड़ा होता है. फिर आसपास के लोग भी शुरू हो जाते हैं. अरे ये तो कितनी जल्दी चलने लगा. ये तो देखो 2 साल की हो गई अभी तक चलने नहीं लगी ठीक से. फीडबैक. ओके. एंड देन एजुकेशन. स्कूल सिस्टम तो हमारा पूरा ऐसा है कि आप कितने नालायक हो यही प्रूव कर लेंगे. पूरा एजुकेशन सिस्टम. इट्स लाइक यू स्कोर दिस यू आर वेरी गुड. यू स्कोर लिटिल लेसर यू आर ऑर्डिनरी. एंड ऑर्डिनरी इज वर्स देन बीइंग बैड. एवरीवन इज पुट इनटू दैट ऑर्डिनरी क्राइटेरिया. आप स्पोर्ट्स में बहुत अच्छा है, everybody will be clapping for you. Nothing. उसके बाद में तब तक मीडिया आ जाता है हमारे साथ में. Silky hair, every guy is turning around and looking at you. किसी के वैसे बाल नहीं होते, मुझे बहुत देर से पता चला. Originally वैसे बाल किसी के नहीं होते, सबके बाल होते. But that age, I start feeling my hair is not like it. I'm not good. No one is going to like me. And that's how the concept of self is developed. And that is why everyone on this surface of earth has got low self-esteem. And I feel so sad that our education system does not work on self-esteem. Parents, of course, I can't blame them because they are themselves not understanding what to do with life. But when we are going through this, we constantly are used to that validation कि कोई बोलते तुम बहुत सुंदर हो, तुम बहुत अच्छे हो, तुम्हारी you are very intelligent and you are very XYZ, So I belong to that generation जहाँ पे parents को लगता था बच्चों की तारीफ करोगे तो सिर पे चढ़ जाएंगे, बिगड़ जाएंगे. तो कितना नीचे गिरा सकते वो parents का मकसद हुआ करता था. And for me, my father was the hero. और वो कभी तारीफ नहीं करते. So see today. Because of my awareness, I know I'm a blessed person. God has given me a lot. But I spent half my life believing I don't look good, I am not intelligent, and no one likes me. आपके पास कुछ भी हो अगर आपका self belief ठीक नहीं है, you will all live in low self esteem. And that's the sad part. That's what we are facing as counselors. किसी भी चीज के लिए लोग आ जाए, ultimately it boils down to if you can work on your self-esteem, you can take care of all your
लोग कितनी भी आपकी तारीफ कर ले, जब तक खुद से आप कॉन्फिडेंट नहीं हैं
I mean, I'm telling you, till 35 years of age, I had no self-esteem. तब तक I had won 4 beauty contests. I already had a qualification as an eye surgeon, and still I believe that I am stupid and I'm not good. It's very painful, I'm telling you. Because then I could work 24 hours to get people's validation. People pleasing, that's what I did for half my life, till the time I did not become aware. So I feel this is one awareness which I constantly try to create, and at least this number of people aware here, please work on your self-esteem. If you're not able to meet any counselor, Nagpur में कम से कम 150 काउंसलर होंगे नहीं आराम से go and meet whosoever you feel comfortable with, and just understand yourself. If you are able to do that at this stage, your life directions will change.
It's very important कि आप खुद को पहले जानें। आप जब तक खुद को नहीं जानेंगे तो आपको ये नहीं पता कि आपको लाइफ में क्या चाहिए और आपको कहाँ जाना है। So it is very important at any age कि मैं अभी बहुत बड़ी एज हो चुकी है, 40, 50 doesn't matter. Age is just a number. आपको जब पता चल रहा है कि नहीं मुझे खुद को जानना है मेरी खुशी पे, तो that is more important. So try working upon it. Try going and meeting. Either if you can go to a counselor, you can just go to your teacher who you actually idolize. So आप अपने टीचर से जाकर उनसे हेल्प लीजिए.
See, anyone, just be little conscious with teachers, because many teachers are also overgrown adults. Not all teachers have good self-esteem. I'm sorry to say. I mean, everyone, unless they work on self-esteem, they would have their own issues to handle about it. So you find an adult who's able to, who's actually feel yeah, इसका self-esteem इसको कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. You start working with them, because I can say दूसरों को जय से पहले खुद की जय करें. Stop thinking about other people. उससे कोई भला नहीं होने वाला. जिसको जो करना है करने दो. You start focusing on yourself, your life changes, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Over to the audience. It's audience questions. Yes. Mike, please.
Hi, my name is Asma Mohan and I'm a leadership coach. My question is related to parenting, because parenting is becoming tougher these days. So I have a daughter who is 3.5 years old, and giving them screens is a part of life these days, right? So she has her mobile time while she's eating her dinner, at least one hour a day. So what happens? एक चीज अच्छी हुई, मतलब कि उसमें काफी अच्छी मूवीज या सीरियल्स भी आते हैं, which we had given to her, or she had watched these. So she has improvised her language. उसकी language काफी अच्छी है, and she understands what others are talking about, and she responds properly. But then comes the culprit. आजकल reels बीच में pop up होते हैं as a recommendation, और वो काफी cheap होते हैं. मतलब हम लोग भी देख नहीं पाते कि cheap होते हैं. So she also loves watching those, and we are not able to stop her somehow. ठीक है, हम लोग ने अगर उसको बोला तो she doesn't give the mobile phone वो कहीं जाके छुप जाती है, and she wants to watch it. जबरदस्ती खींच लिया तो she cries.
Can we have the questions really big?
Yeah, I can understand. So ये सब हो गया चिड़चिड़ापन, फेक-फाक करना, ठीक है. Sometimes she slaps us as well, ठीक है. So we are not able to deal with this situation. I'm sure all the new parents are facing this situation regularly. I'm not sure how to deal with it right now.
Yeah. So number one, why do we need to give an mobile to a child at 3.5 years old? Question one. It is not compulsory. It is not essential. But maybe it's for 3.5-year-old child. Most parents give it for meal time because वो खाना बच्चे जल्दी खा लेते हैं, तो it makes the parents' life easier, right? So is it the right thing? मैं सबसे पहले आज पेरेंट्स को ये पूछती हूँ कि if you don't have time for the child, why do you have the child? क्योंकि खाना खाने के टाइम वो हुआ करता था जब मम्मी कहानियाँ सुनाती थी, उसके लिए बच्चे के पीछे भागना पड़ता है. Trust me, it's not easy. I mean, my daughter, I remember, वो तो मुंह में कॉल रखती थी, चबाती हूँ कि आधा घंटा. She would just move around the house, and then I had to do this. खा ले मेरी माँ. So it's not easy. Okay, I understand, but Giving a mobile for that, making your life easy, and then how do you deal with the other issues? Number one. Number two, reels की प्रॉब्लम है. Why mobile? अगर आपको थोड़ी देर के लिए कुछ अच्छा कंटेंट दिखाना है, get a tab which does not show anything else, which does not have any other connection. Okay, no app, nothing. अगर आपको दिखाना ही है तो ये तो आपके हाथ में है. And number three is if the child is throwing tantrum, okay, we need to understand that this is अगर इस एज पे आप डिसिप्लिन नहीं कर पाए तो कौन सी. See, when we were growing up, our parents would simply say, I remember my brother wanted to go for swimming. उसको डुबा दिया था सर ने, and he said that he told my father I will die. My father told him that मेरे 2 और बच्चे हैं, मुझे फर्क नहीं पड़ता, स्विमिंग सीखना पड़ेगा, अगले 15 दिन में वो सीख जाए. And that was a very very effective method. Okay, now you got to have a heart like that to do that. तब सभी parents ऐसे थे. ना इतना नहीं आप कर सकते हैं, but you can definitely tell the child कि अच्छा ये यहाँ पे बैठ के तुझे जितना करना है कर ले. You are not getting it. You have to develop the resilience to face that. करने दो उसको जो करना है. And this take out that time. कि इसका टाइम हो गया, I'm taking the instrument back from her, and then whatever she does, okay, you do it here, I'm sitting. See, the problem is not just this. I am showing you the future now. What we are effectively teaching our children is, beta, so this happens, and then he grows up a little. तब पढ़ाई भी करना जरूरी है, तब आप थोड़े स्ट्रिक्ट हो जाते हो, तब आप उसके tantrums पे ध्यान नहीं देते हो. Then the child uses another method to irritate you, right? वो थोड़ा बड़ा हो जाएगा तो वो जाके कमरे का दरवाजा जोर से बंद कर देगा, मैं बाहर ही नहीं आऊँगा. अब आप डर गए as parent, नहीं बेटा आज मैं ला देता हूँ. फिर वो थोड़ा और बड़ा होता है, फिर वो कहता है कि मुझे बाइक चाहिए. आप 18 साल का तो हुआ नहीं, आप बाइक लेना नहीं चाहते हैं. फिर वो कहता है मैं जा रहा हूँ घर छोड़ के. Walks 2 blocks और पूरा खाना उसके पीछे भागता है कि बेटा नहीं आ जा, मैं ला देंगे तुझे. I'm just giving you a few examples, but what is practically happening is we are teaching our children जो चाहिए इनसे मिल सकता है, right kind of tantrum करना आना चाहिए. And the other side of it, okay, she goes to the college, likes a guy, proposes him, he says no. हमको तो एक ही तरीका आता है, to convert the no to yes. Look at my hand. ऐसे कैसे नहीं? Happening. It's happening, and it's all taught by parents. It's all taught by. I'll tell you why. Because why I'm saying confidently, because I brought up my children with lot of experiments for which they hate me till date. But उनको एक बात पता चल गई थी कि इस औरत को blackmail नहीं कर सकते. Absolutely clear they were about it, right? But that helped them in their life now. Now that they've grown up, they know that they have to take care of their shit. No one is just by doing tantrum, no one's going to listen to them. और बाहर की दुनिया में कौन पूछता है? कोई पूछता नहीं है. So you have to be tough as parents, but to be tough you have to be present. Mentally, emotionally, physically, you have to be present with a lot of free time on your hand, with a lot of patience, and wanting a clear image in your mind that the day my child gets out of my house, the child should be physically, mentally, emotionally, financially independent and strong, take care of himself. अगर आपका इंटेंशन सही होगा तब आप बच्चे को नहीं भी बोलोगे, तब आप बराबर उसको सारी चीजें नहीं दोगे. 3.5 साल के बच्चे को फोन टाइम नहीं चाहिए. No, does not needed at all. In fact, middle school के भी बच्चे जिन्होंने कोविड में जिनको फोन की जरूरत पड़ गई थी, even their parents, I tell them you don't need to give it to them now. Take it back. अगर स्कूल होमवर्क भेजती है फोन पे तो अपने फोन पर मंगाओ. कोई जरूरत ही नहीं है. जब तक बच्चा अकेला घर के बाहर जाने नहीं लगता उसको अपना फोन देने की जरूरत नहीं है. Thank you.
Again, I just want to answer something that kids follow their parents. अगर आप खाते समय मोबाइल यूज कर रहे हैं, so the kid is actually seeing you and he's using that. Secondly, उनके tantrums को entertain मत करिए, just leave it. The more you entertain, the more they'll show tantrums. So these 2 things you have to take care that they are following. So what you are doing, they do.
So we don't actually use phone while eating, but some other time we are using and they're watching. That's why they picked up the habit.
Once you are
But yeah, I
disciplined, once you are disciplined,
Yeah.
they will get disciplined.
The one simple thing is कि you are the one who are giving it to them. पड़ोसी नहीं लाके दे रहे. Okay.
So one last question, please.
Hello, ma'am. My question is, you were saying about 1 hour sitting with yourself. So, as an overthinker, वो ज़्यादा ही बड़ा हाल हो जाता है कि तुम इतना ज़्यादा सोचते हो कि बहुत ज़्यादा ही हो जाता है. So, first question is this. So, what to do in such things? Because you think like senseless things and go on, and like what I say, mind walking with that. So, what to do in that situation? And second is procrastination. So, when you said you're not achieving, so that's why you're not putting 100% efforts in that because you don't want to. So, what to do in such situations? Right? You have to do it, you want to do it, but still you're procrastinating.
Procrastination and overthinking is connected. Because when you think a lot, you don't act. Right? But overthinking requires external help. There are methods to work on it, but I think you should work with a counselor because we get lots of youngsters and even elder people who go through overthinking. But we need to understand the root of it because every person is different. How do you go through it? Why do you do it? And what does it achieve you at the end of it? Why are you doing it? And then we'll be able to help you. I mean, anyone can help you who's got a proper understanding of overthinking. Take help from someone. And once you are overthinking, procrastination is easier to deal with.
And just one thing I would like to tell you that there's this thing that don't add not many things new in your lifestyle. Add gradually. If you add small things, maybe 1 minute a day you do something new, then next day 2 minutes, then 3 minutes. So do things gradually. If you just do like मैं आज से सब शुरू करूँगा, जिम भी शुरू करूँगा, meditation भी करूँगा, ये भी nothing happens. 1 or 2 days you do it and then you get tired because you are not happy with that lifestyle. So आप gradually एक मिनट 2 मिनट add करेंगे तो अपने आप आपका habit बन जाएगा and then that's a new you.
Thank you, David. Please.